The Lekki Roommates Part 1. In a beautiful apartment in Lekki, Lagos, three university girls lived together. Vanessa, Mimi, and Cassie. Even though they stayed in the same apartment, they were all very different from one another. Mimi was loud, funny, and loved gossip. She could never stay quiet for more than 2 minutes. Cassie was sharp, observant, and naturally suspicious of people. And then there was Vanessa. Beautiful, calm, mysterious. Vanessa was the type of girl everybody noticed immediately. She dressed well, spoke softly, and carried herself like someone important. But recently, something about her had changed. One Friday evening, loud music played inside their apartment as the girls prepared for a party. Clothes were scattered across the bed, while makeup products covered the table. Mimi kept complaining dramatically about being late, while Vanessa calmly continued dressing up. Cassie walked into the room after returning from class and immediately stopped moving. Her eyes landed on several expensive shopping bags sitting on the bed. Designer heels, new clothes, luxury perfumes. Cassie frowned immediately. Just last month, Vanessa had been struggling financially. Sometimes she even borrowed transport money. But suddenly, she was living like a rich, Lekki influencer. Mimi laughed and joked about it. But Cassie could not ignore how strange it felt. Everybody in school had already started talking. Some people believed Vanessa had found a rich boyfriend. Others believed she was secretly involved with politicians or fraud boys. But nobody truly knew the truth, and Vanessa never explained anything. As they continued getting ready, Vanessa's phone suddenly vibrated. She checked the message quickly, and her expression changed immediately. Her smile disappeared. When Mimi jokingly asked if it was her rich boyfriend, Vanessa quickly hid the screen and stood up. She told the girls she needed to take the call outside. Cassie watched her carefully as she left the apartment. Something about Vanessa's behavior made her uncomfortable. Outside the building, Vanessa answered the phone nervously. The voice on the other end sounded angry. The man accused her of ignoring his messages and acting like she could enjoy a soft life without him. Vanessa looked around anxiously, begging him to lower his voice. She promised she would send money soon. But the man laughed coldly and told her the situation was now bigger than money. Before Vanessa could say anything else, the call suddenly ended. She slowly lowered the phone, clearly shaken. Just then, a black luxury car stopped in front of the apartment building. The car looked extremely expensive. Upstairs, Mimi rushed to the balcony excitedly after hearing the sound. Cassie joined her almost immediately. Both girls watched as a tall, handsome young man stepped out of the car calmly. Mimi instantly became excited, admiring how attractive he looked. But Cassie remained suspicious. The man looked up directly at Vanessa, then simply told her to get inside the car. Vanessa refused immediately and asked why he was there. The man, whose name was Jaden, told her they needed to talk urgently. His expression was serious. He warned Vanessa that she was attracting too much attention. Cassie listened carefully from upstairs, becoming even more suspicious. Something big was clearly happening. Vanessa asked Jaden why he was acting strangely. Jaden lowered his voice and told her somebody was watching her. The moment he said that, Vanessa's expression changed completely. Fear slowly entered her eyes. Before she could respond, her phone vibrated again. Another unknown message appeared. This time the message said, "I know what you did." Vanessa froze instantly. Her hands began shaking slightly. Jaden looked at the message, and for the first time since arriving, even he looked worried. Then quietly he said, "This is bad." Vanessa could not sleep that night. After Jaden left, she locked herself inside her room and kept staring at the strange message on her phone. "I know what you did." The words refused to leave her mind. Who sent it? How did they know? And most importantly, what exactly did they know? Outside her room, Mimi and Cassie were still discussing the mysterious visitor downstairs. Mimi could not stop talking about how handsome Jaden looked, but Cassie was focused on something else entirely. Vanessa's fear. Cassie noticed how nervous Vanessa became after seeing those messages, and it only confirmed what she already suspected. Vanessa was hiding something dangerous. The next morning, the apartment was unusually quiet. Vanessa woke up late and stepped into the sitting room wearing oversized pajamas. Mimi was busy recording TikTok videos while Cassie sat quietly with her laptop. The moment Vanessa entered the room, Cassie looked up slowly. Their eyes met briefly. Vanessa instantly looked away. Mimi quickly smiled excitedly. "Good morning, rich auntie," she joked. Vanessa forced a small smile. "Please leave me alone this morning." Mimi immediately noticed her mood. "Wait, are you okay?" Vanessa nodded quickly. "I'm fine." But even Mimi could tell something was wrong. Cassie closed her laptop slowly. "You and that guy yesterday looked serious," she said calmly. Vanessa froze slightly. "Who? The one with the black car?" Vanessa walked toward the kitchen immediately. "Oh, him? He's just a friend." Cassie watched her carefully. "A friend that makes you look scared?" The apartment suddenly became awkwardly silent. Mimi slowly lowered her phone. Vanessa turned back sharply. "I was not scared." Cassie shrugged lightly. "Okay." But the look on her face said she did not believe her. Later that afternoon, Vanessa left for campus alone. The weather was hot and traffic filled the streets of Lekki as usual. But throughout the journey, she kept checking behind her nervously. It felt like somebody was watching her. When she finally arrived at school, several girls immediately greeted her excitedly. "Vanessa, babe. Soft life queen, fine girl." Vanessa smiled politely, pretending everything was normal, but deep inside, her anxiety was growing. As she walked through the school hallway, two girls nearby whispered loudly enough for her to hear. "That's her." "The girl everybody's talking about?" "Yes. I heard she's dating one billionaire in Banana Island." Another girl laughed. "I heard it's Yahoo money." Vanessa immediately tightened her grip on her bag and walked faster. The rumors were spreading too quickly. After classes ended, Vanessa headed toward the parking lot alone. But suddenly, somebody grabbed her wrist from behind. She gasped in shock and turned around quickly. It was Jaden. "What are you doing here?" she whispered nervously. Jaden looked serious. "We need to talk." "Not here." "Yes, here," he replied firmly. Vanessa looked around anxiously. Students were everywhere. "What do you want?" Jaden lowered his voice. "Someone entered your apartment last night." Vanessa's heart skipped. "What?" "They were looking for something." Vanessa stared at him in disbelief. "How do you know that?" Jaden remained silent for a moment, then quietly said, "Because I saw him." Fear slowly spread across Vanessa's face. "Who is he?" Jaden shook his head slowly. "I don't know yet." Vanessa stepped back slightly. "Jaden, what is going on?" Before he could answer, Jaden suddenly looked behind her sharply. His expression changed instantly. "Don't turn around," he said quietly. Vanessa froze. "What?" "Just listen to me carefully." Her breathing became shaky. "Why?" Jaden's voice dropped lower. "Because the man standing behind you has been following you since morning." Vanessa's blood ran cold instantly. Slowly, very slowly, she turned her eyes slightly toward the reflection of a nearby car window. And there, standing across the parking lot, was a tall man wearing black sunglasses, watching her, not moving, not blinking, just staring directly at her. Vanessa quickly looked away in fear. "Oh my God." Jaden grabbed her hand immediately. "We need to leave now." At that exact moment, Vanessa's phone vibrated again. Another unknown message. Her hands shook as she opened it. This time, the message said, "Running won't save you." Vanessa froze completely. And for the first time since all this started, she truly became afraid. Watch out for part 2. Like, comment, subscribe, and share.